Okay, let's bring in our next management. Castrol is the next company we'll be speaking with. Reported a good set for the third quarter, and we witnessed record high sales volumes which came through across categories. And the company is saying that they are aiming to maintain growth momentum through strategic brand investments. We have Deepesh Baxi, Chief Financial Officer at Castrol, to take some questions. Mr. Baxi, good morning. Thanks for joining us. Prashant this side. Could you talk to us about what was the volume growth this time around, both year on year and quarter on quarter? And will you be able to maintain these volumes October to December? What are you seeing already? What should we expect for the full year? Go on, sir.
Hi, Prashant. Good morning, and thanks for having me on your channel. Yeah, as you rightly said, we are pretty pleased with our performance this quarter. Momentum is building up, and that's been basically because of some of the strategic initiatives we've been taking over the last few quarters and last year as well. But just to summarize at a very high level, volumes are up about 8% this quarter. And as you know, the loops industry grows in the range of 4 to 5%. So we've been trying to get above the market. And, this is another quarter after quarter 1, 2, and 3, where we have shown a volume growth. And this growth has actually been across the categories, whether you take our personal mobility segments or you take our commercial vehicles or industrial as well. And as we mentioned in our press release, we will continue to invest in our brands. We've been active both on air, on TV, on digital. We've continued to build and innovate new products. And with our brand ambassador relationship with SRK and performance partner with MI, IPL in the first half of the year, quarter on quarter, the volume has been showing a very good increase, and we are very satisfied with the results.
In all the segments, what's been the growth? I mean, give us a sense of, okay, a couple of things. For the full year, what are you looking at? Volume growth. What's the expectation? Internally, what are you targeting? Would you maintain it as you go into the next year? And break it up a little bit. The core lubricant business, what's been the volume growth?
Yeah, so the market is about 4 to 5%. And this quarter specifically, our commercial vehicles has grown in double digit. And the personal mobility segment, which is cars and bikes, that's been in mid sort of single digit, but above the market. And the industrial segment, which is almost 20% of our portfolio, that's been in mid single digit as well, but again above the market. So that's been the story for quarter 3 versus last year, same quarter. And we expect the same momentum to continue in quarter 4 as well versus the quarter 4 of 2023.
And so anything for next year or too early? What would you want to do?
Yeah, too early. But what I would say is, there is a core business, and core business is doing well. And we've sort of started several initiatives.
Yeah, if you look at petrol and diesel sales, if you look at two-wheeler sales, if you look at, generally people have been complaining about a bit of a slowdown emerging, right, over the last few weeks. So it's still not, the jury's still out. Are we getting into a slightly slower phase? And you were directly impacted. So is the trend up or down or flat?
So, no, you're right. I think, even if you see the FMCG results this quarter, automotive results this quarter, they have been under pressure. But that's where I was getting to, that some of the initiatives that we have taken last year, both in terms of, coming out with the new Bharat portfolio or the Essential series, which is the Middle Kingdom, then auto care segment that we've launched several new products. All of this, along with Castrol Auto Services, our relationship with GOBP, the investments that we made in key mobility. All of these are sort of now starting to gather some momentum. So yes, I do expect that in quarter 4, and what the sector is saying, there will be slowness. So it's not going to be easy. But if you see the last 9 months, we've been able to successfully negotiate through the yo-yoing of the crude oil and the weather prices as well. And we've been able to maintain the margins that we had sort of given the range of in terms of 22 to 25%. So having said that, I think it's not going to be easy, but we believe that we should be able to navigate some of those situations.
No, got that. Just one last question. Yesterday, of course, we had the big AI event in Mumbai, right? Jensen Huang, NVIDIA, and I'm sure you caught some of it as well. That brings me to your fluid business, which is for data centers. And I think we discussed this last time you were on, and sort of I've discussed this with other lubricant companies as well. But with you, I mean, your parent has the technology, and I think you told us that this would be brought to India by the end of the year. Now, data centers here are just taking off, right? I mean, big runway for growth. Could you give us some sense? What kind of volumes are you doing? Are you doing any volumes? Is that product here in India? And what's the visibility? What should we expect there?
Yeah, no, absolutely. I think both for Castrol Global and Castrol India, this is an area of focus in terms of the diversification, and it's something that we are actively working on. There is a state-of-art center of excellence in UK, R&D center that has been set up. The update that I like to give you from the last quarter is that we've inaugurated a next generation lab in India as well, which will be at the forefront to develop these fluids and deliver the best in performance while we meet the commercial and sustainability goals. The data center market is expected to grow, I think, in double digit, about 15 to 20% in India in the next 5 to 8 years. But what we are doing in India is, firstly, we have not made any sales of data center fluids in India. We have a product globally, and that's easily something that we can bring into India. But what we are doing in India is deploying various proof of concepts with several customers and our partners, so that we can showcase the new technology on immersive coolant and prove its commercial viability, so that we can deliver not only commercially, but also the sustainability ambitions. So there has been progress, Prashant, for sure. But I think sometime next year is something where we'll be in some position to give a little bit more granularity on what the market holds, what are the volumes, and how Castrol would play in India on that. But clearly, globally, this is a big agenda, and a lot of work is happening on that.
All right. We'll leave it there, Mr. Baxi. Thank you very much for joining us. Appreciate it here on CNBC TV 18. That's Castrol with some perspective. Well.